Hello guys! Good morning. Hello, hello. What's up everyone? How are you doing today? What up neighborhood? All good? And welcome to my stream. My name is Mztrdale and my camera is grainy. What the hell is going on? El gato! Alright, there you go. Alright, all good. Hey everyone, how are you doing? Kumusta kayong lahat? Good morning sa inyong lahat. Good morning, good morning. Great music. Yes, it is Glendoy. What's up? Glendoy, what's up? Full show. Hey, what up? Nice music, bro. Yep. It's called Red Zone by Clayton. Spotify. Red Zone album by Clayton. War Daddy, hello. How are you doing, everyone? Kumusta kayong lahat? Welcome to my stream. My name is Mztrdale. Here we are again. We're going to stream probably 4 to 5 hours today. Yeah. We're gonna grind, you know? We have to grind. Everything's good, everything's fine. And then there's an ad. Stupid. Okay. So, first things first. Welcome to my stream. Again, my name is Mztrdale. My agenda today is parang Apex with a little bit of I don't know, like Palworld? Palworld. Tatapusin ko yung Palworld. And then hopefully yeah, probably Apex and Palworld. Well, yeah, probably. This is my agenda today. Wala akong plano kung ano yung wala akong idea kung ano yung laruin ko. Basta nag-stream lang ako. But one thing is for sure, maglalaro ako ng Palworld or and Apex Legends. Yeah, kahapon nag-stream ako pero kaso nga lang nagka-problema. May konting issue. Technical issue. You know what I'm saying? It's just a minor technical difficulties. So try ko i-arrange yung schedule ko. I will stream ganito is try ko is gawa ng structure yung streaming schedule ko. Like let's say weekdays. It's either 12 noon to 5 p.m. Philippine Standard Time or yeah, probably yan yung schedule ko. 12 noon up to 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. Depende. Basta I will start my stream on 12 noon Philippine Standard Time. And then weekends probably 10 a.m. up until 6 p.m. Saturdays and Sundays, weekends. Yeah. I think that should suffice. My streaming schedule. And may plano akong mag-create ng Discord channel or group. So, yeah. By the way, guys, I am streaming on Kick, Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. All platforms. Got it right. All platforms. Change ko muna to ano ko. Just chatting. Maghanap tayo ng mga nakakatawang video sa internet. May mga nakita akong video dito sa Facebook. Sinave ko. And then... yeah. Game scene. There you go. See it? See it? You see it? Okay. So, eto. One digestion. One digestion. Diabetes. Buns and roses. Chat! This is the next feature of Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Bands and Roses. Picnic at the Disco. Yeah! Rage Against the Cardio Machine. Alright. 20-ton pilots. Alright. Linkin Fork. Ah, goddamn. Earth, Wind, and Fire. Tom Petty and Heart Failures. Macaroon 5. Yung drummer lang yung medyo ano. Okay yung katawan. Oh, Oreo Feed Wagon. Smashing Dumplings. OBCD. Nice, nice. Nice. Ano pa?
What's your body count?
What's your body count?
Well, come on, tell us.
I don't.
You're just a sweet young lady.
All
My
right.
parents
I mean,
ask my
like
body
11?
count.
Right? 11?
Yeah.
11?
Those are like rookie numbers.
What?
Don't feel bad about it, girl.
Wait, what?
Life experience.
Grandma, what?
You've been to nude beaches.
Sure.
What do you do at the
We've had-
nude beach?
Well, we've had sex with multiple people.
What? Like how many people?
At one time, maybe 10.
Who's counting?
At one time.
What's your body count?
Rookie numbers.
Well, come on.
Yeah. Rookie numbers. Yoo-hoo. Naruto. Naruto.
是大岛啊，
No budget Naruto.
现在婚姻搭了。
Reincarnated na Hokage.
出来打印，我在打印，
Birama.
打印，还有4点水位打印。
我们得尽快加速这场战斗啊！火影们一个揍！
消失了。
全师一法四十腰子，减法逆四门，放肆！
Sasuke.
Sasuke，
Ang taba na Sasuke.
我
Oh.
这双眼睛能把黑暗看得一清二楚。
This is a fake ass Naruto.
马萨斯给，
Sasuke，
Ah, Sasuke.
拉库拉卡，
Sasuke，你为啥在这儿？
我决定保护木叶村， 而且我要成为火影。
Kailan ba tumama si Sasuke?
我要当上火影，改变这个妆。要当火影的人是我。来，一个斗。
This is a mockery, man! Second time mockery!
发过去。
我也是第七
Ayun
个
yung
人。
sapatos sa Sakura.
一样的。
Ay, tingnan yung sapatos sa Sakura. Ay. Tingnan yung sapatos sa Sakura.
一样的。
Ay, yun na!
再次复活。一个斗。
Team 7! The Team 7 reunited!
出。
Lang budget Naruto. Yan yung mga ano nila. Yuju.
请吩咐。
拜托，火影大人。
Yung mga snail.
跳吧，还不行。
Yubi.
原来的第七本。这什么玩意儿？
Hiling.
现在火影人
Hiling.
风遁超大运，螺旋手里剑。
螺旋手里剑
的火，家具屠命。
This is some bullshit.
全扫光吧！我这双眼能把黑暗看清楚。
Welcome to the Universal Studios
This is
photo booth.
this is a bullshit, man. Ah. Naruto my ass. Yup. That's Naruto. Low budget. Apa? Okay, ito. Trick or treat. Akala na bata. Laruan lang pala, gago. Oh. Gagi.
Wanna know?
I think we should play. Yeah. Play. Sharing or may napadoon akong video. Try natin hanapin yun. Asan ba yun? We can try watching the yung Mztrdale. ayos yung mga kwento niya. The way it tells the story is amazing. Amazing. Okay.
Learn about a little boy in India who for a
Change scene.
Today, we're going to learn about a little boy in India who for a time seemed like he was the worst behaved kid on the planet. But the truth was, that little boy had a huge secret. And when his secret got out, it changed everything anyone thought they knew about this boy, and it prompted all these big-time college professors from major universities all around the world to personally fly to India to investigate this kid's claims, because the implications of what he was saying were massive. But before we get into that story, if you're a fan of the strange, dark, and mysterious delivered in story
This is
format,
Mztrdale.
then you've come to the right place, because that's all we do, and we upload once a week. So, if
Ay, mga
that's of interest
story
to
siya.
you,
Facts.
please replace the like
Totoong
button
pangyayari.
roll-on deodorant ball with a single clove of garlic. Also, please subscribe to our channel and turn on all notifications so you don't miss any of our weekly uploads. Okay, let's get into today's story. Late one afternoon in December of 1986, a woman named Shanti Singh was sitting on her bed cradling her toddler son, whose name was T2, as he threw a huge temper tantrum. T2, who was 3 years old, had already been throwing this tantrum for about 30 minutes at this point, and it didn't seem like anything Shanti did was getting him to calm down. In fact, honestly, it just seemed like T2 was getting worse and worse by the second. And Shanti knew her son's constant wailing must be annoying her neighbors in the little rural village in northern India where they lived. But again, Shanti just felt like really there was nothing she could do. After all, this was not a typical toddler tantrum. T2 was not throwing this tantrum because he lost a toy or was fighting with his siblings or something. No, the reality was Shanti and her husband had no idea why T2 was throwing this tantrum, because T2 threw these tantrums all the time for seemingly no reason, and nothing they did would get him to stop. He would just start throwing these crazy fits, and he would only stop when he was ready. Now, Shanti and her husband had taken T2 to the local doctor, and he'd been examined, and the doctor said, look, I think your son's just fine. I can't find anything wrong with him. So whatever's causing him to be so upset, it's got to be psychological. Shanti grabbed her son and tried to give him a hug and kiss to get him to calm down. But as she did that, T2 turned around and tried to hit her in the face and kicked her and punched her. And so Shanti had to kind of fall back on the bed. And T2 at this point, who's
It's a
still throwing a
child's
huge tantrum,
tantrum,
left off the bed and ran out.
Sometimes you don't
Now,
understand
Shanti
it.
had already sent the rest of her
Kaya
family,
talaga mga bata.
kids, her husband, outside to wait out this current T2 tantrum. And so for a second,
mga tantrum
Shanti
talaga
thought
na,
about just laying on the bed
alam mo yun, hindi mo
and letting her
maintindihan.
crazy toddler just kind of run
Kung ano
around
yung
the
kailangan
house
nila.
until he was
Comfort
done throwing
mo,
his tantrum.
papakainin mo,
But
pero
as
ganun pa rin
Shanti was
yung
laying
ano,
there on the bed, practically
behavior.
crying from frustration, she heard a plate break in the kitchen. And so she jumped up and ran into the kitchen, and there was T2 looking down at the ground where there was a shattered plate on the ground. Clearly, T2 had smashed it on purpose. And so as furious as Shanti was, she suddenly realized that, nothing she could do was going to get this kid to stop. And so right now, the only thing she could do was just put him in a safe place where he couldn't hurt other people or himself or damage anything else. And so Shanti, trying to be as calm as possible, walked up to T2, who's still throwing this tantrum and swinging at her as she's coming near him. And she grabbed him, she turned him around so he couldn't kick her or punch her. She put him into his room and then shut the door. And then she sat down in the hallway with her back up against the door to keep it shut. And then as T2 inside the room began banging on the door and trying to open it, Shanti's sitting there anchoring the door, and she's just praying that her son's gonna calm down soon. And then at some point, Shanti heard her son start to say something that typically signaled the end of a tantrum. T2 in the bedroom began saying the word Shirsh Verma, which actually was a nonsense
Shirsh
word
Verma?
that Shanti and her husband and the other kids had no idea what it meant. But, T2, at the end of his tantrums, he would always just start saying over and over again, Shursh Verma, Shursh Verma, Shursh Verma. And so Shanti, she's in the hall and she's hearing T2 start to do that. And so on the one hand, she's thinking, okay, this tantrum's about to end. But on the other, she's like, I have no idea what that word means. It's obviously connected in some way to what's going on with my son, but I have no idea what it means. It sounds like nonsense. And so Shanti began yelling through the door at T2 to explain what Shursh Verma meant, but T2 had no explanation. He just kept saying the word over and over again. Shursh Verma, Shursh Verma, Shursh Verma. Shanti and her husband had 5 other kids. T2 was the youngest, and T2 was not like any of his other siblings. The other siblings did not throw temper tantrums like this, not at all. And in fact, T2 had been a difficult child even before he was born. Towards the end of Shanti's pregnancy with T2, she'd become very, very sick, and in fact had to be hospitalized for the entire last trimester. And then as a newborn baby, T2 basically didn't sleep at all, and he cried constantly, and so Shanti and her husband initially thought, T2 must just be a very fussy baby. But in time, as he grew into more of a toddler, it was clear to Shanti and her husband that T2 was actually a different kind of kid. He seemed like a very unhappy and kind of angry kid who was permanently on the verge of crying or throwing a fit. But it wasn't until T2 began talking at around 2 years old that Shanti and her husband really started to become worried. Because the things T2 was saying as a 2-year-old were just not in keeping with what you would expect a 2-year-old to say. And I'm not talking about the nonsense word that T2 would use during his temper tantrums, Shursh Verma. Basically, T2 would say things that seemed to indicate that he genuinely hated everyone in his family. Now, for context, Shanti and her family were not poor, but they weren't rich either. They lived in a little concrete home, they didn't have a TV or a car, and all the kids wore hand-me-down clothes, and Shanti actually handmade her clothes and her husband's clothes. But the family always had enough food to eat, and they were educated, and they seemed happy enough. It's just that they didn't really have the ability to do anything extra, like above and beyond a modest life.
So,
And T2
it's a simple
had never
family.
known anything different. This was his life from the day he was born. But when he learned to speak at around 2 years old, it was like all T2 wanted to talk about was how crappy of a lifestyle their family lived. For example, when T2's mom, Shanti, would put on one of her saris that happened to be ripped, a sari is a traditional garment in India, T2 would look at what she was wearing, and in toddler speak, he would tell her that she looked terrible and that it looked like she was just wearing rags. T2 would also walk around their house, and he would point to spots in the house that looked dirty, and he would demand that somebody
This is
clean
like
it up,
parang
because he
reincarnation.
didn't live in a dirty
Reincarnate siya
house.
sa
And then
like
whenever the family needed to go somewhere,
past life
and they
niya
would
is
walk there or take the bus
he's a
there,
rich
T2 would complain the entire
individual
time that he
person
wanted to be
or
in
a rich
car.
individual.
Why aren't we driving
Parang
in a
ganon.
car? Like, why are we walking? Despite the fact that T2 basically had never used a car before. But perhaps the strangest aspect of T2's behavior was around the time he began talking and insulting his family, he also began talking about this very historic city called Agra, which was located about 8 miles away from where they lived. Agra was famous for being home to the Taj Mahal, which is considered to be one of the most beautiful buildings ever made. Agra also has a very busy
Taj
downtown
Mahal.
and lots of tourism, but T2 had never been to Agra, and there was no reason he would be drawn to Agra, like his family had no connection to that city. But starting around the time T2 began talking at 2 years old, he began asking to go to Agra several times a week. And when his parents would say, no, we're not going to go to Agra, T2 would throw a huge tantrum. And so not long after T2 had begun speaking and saying all these terrible things, Shanti and her husband decided that really all they could do was just wait and hope their son grew out of this terrible behavior. But T2 did not grow out of this.
Something
Shortly
like-
after his parents decided to just kind of wait it out, T2 would randomly attack another small
He has a
child
past
with a
life?
sugarcane.
Parang ganon?
He beat the kid so badly the kid was bleeding at the end of the attack. And then also another time, shortly after the sugarcane beating, T2 was at the store with his mother, and his mom was looking at this bracelet, which she couldn't afford. She was just looking at it through the glass. And T2 sensed his mom wanted the bracelet, and in an odd show of affection for his mother, he turned to the shopkeeper, this little tiny kid who's not even 3 years old yet, and he tells the shopkeeper that if he doesn't give this bracelet to his mother for free, that T2 will shoot and kill the shopkeeper.
What the
And so
hell?
after this, Shanti and her husband just stopped taking T2 out in public at all. It was just too embarrassing. But what really just unsettled Shanti the most about her son's behavior was that nonsense word that Titu kept saying at the end of all of his tantrums. Shirsh Verma, Shirsh Verma. And so fast forward to that day,
Shirsh
after
Verma.
he's broken the plate and now Shanti's put him in his room,
Verma.
Titu began saying that nonsense word, except he was getting a little bit older and his speech was getting a little bit more clear. And so as Shanti was laying up against the door, she realized that her son was not saying a single word, Shirsh Verma, he was saying two words. They were Suresh Varma. But Shanti had no idea what that meant.
Suresh
She thought it
Verma.
sounded like a name, but it was a name she had never heard before. But one day, a few months after the dish-breaking incident, in April of 1987, all of Titu's very strange, erratic, terrible behaviors would erupt all at once. That April day started out like any other. Shanti made breakfast for her family, and then her husband headed out to do some errands, and her 6 children kind of dispersed around the inside and outside of the house to play, study, whatever. But Titu was really grouchy, and so he stayed inside in the kitchen with Shanti. A little while later, Shanti's oldest son came into the kitchen and he asked his mother, "Hey, when will Dad get back from his trip to Agra?" Shanti's
Here's
husband
photo
had
of
gone to
Agra.
Agra to run one of his chores, and Agra was the city that Titu was totally obsessed
Okay.
with. And so when Shanti's
City.
oldest son said the word Agra, Titu, who was sitting in the kitchen, he heard it and kind of looked up like he was totally fixated on their conversation. And then as Shanti and her oldest were talking about the dad, Titu just got up, left the kitchen, and he went to his room. He grabbed a couple of things, and then he came back into the kitchen carrying this bundle of clothes with him. And he walked right past his brother and his mother. He went out the front door and began running down the road without saying a word. Remember, this is like a
Real
3-year-old
photo of
child.
Titu.
This is not
So,
a
ito yung
teenager,
bata.
this is a little kid. And so Shanti and her oldest son, they kind of watched in shock as Titu ran off down the road. And for a minute, neither of them did anything. And then it was like they broke out of their trance, and the oldest son just turned and began running out of the house to catch up with Titu. Now, it didn't take long for the oldest to catch up with his young brother, but it was surprisingly hard to stop Titu from trying to run away. He fought back as hard as he could to keep his brother from pulling him back to
Something's
the house.
fishy about this story.
When the older brother
Probably
got
Tito
Titu
is
back
a
inside, Shanti
reincarnation.
looked at her older son and she saw he
He's
had
being
a black
reincarnated.
eye from where Titu had just hit him. And when Shanti turned to Titu to try to get him to apologize to his brother for hitting him, she saw Titu was completely inconsolable. He was throwing a huge temper tantrum. He was on the ground kicking and flailing and screaming at the top of his lungs. And so Shanti and her oldest son knew there was no hope in getting him to calm down. He was deep into one of his tantrums. And so Shanti and the oldest just basically restrained Titu so he couldn't hurt himself or one of them or damage anything. And for a while, as they held him to the ground, Titu just continued to scream and flail and throw this fit. But eventually he did kind of calm down and he began saying Suresh Verma over and over again. But then he began talking about something that he really hadn't brought up before that stood out to Shanti and her oldest son. Titu, in addition to saying periodically Suresh Verma, also began talking about some radio store in Agra. And Titu kept saying, "Why didn't Dad bring me to the radio store? Why didn't he bring me?" And so as Shanti is listening to her son, she suddenly thinks, you know what? This is my chance. He's being so specific about this radio store. You know, maybe this is my opportunity to lean in and learn what the heck is going on with my kid. And so once Titu fully stopped his temper tantrum and Shanti and her oldest could finally let go of him, once Titu had left the room, Shanti turned to her oldest son and she told him to go to Agra right now. Just go there and look for a radio store or something. Look for anything that could be a clue to what's going on with Titu. He obviously has some fixation with the city. Just go, look around, see if you can find something. So the oldest son left the house and he went to one of his friends' houses who had a car, and together they drove into Agra. Now, Shanti had no idea if her oldest son's trip to Agra would produce anything useful, but she figured, you know, she's got nothing to lose. A few hours later, when Shanti's oldest son returned from Agra, he came into their home with a very serious look on his face. And right away, Shanti could tell, clearly, he's discovered something. And so Shanti asked her oldest son, you know, tell me, what did you learn? What happened in Agra? And the oldest son, you know, he looked down for a second, and then he looked back at his mom and he just said, tomorrow, we're going to have visitors.
Uh-huh. What happened? Anong nangyari?
Are you a fan of The Strange, Dark, and Mysterious? If so, then you're in luck. Because our massively popular show, the Mr. Ballin Podcast, which since the end of 2022 has been exclusively available in just started to follow on so much people climbed out. The next day, a car pulled up in front of Shanti's home and 6 people climbed out. There was a woman wearing a beautiful red sari who appeared to be in her 30s, and then there were 3 other men who also appeared to be in their 30s, and they were all wearing suits and jackets. And there was also an older couple, a man and a woman, and the man was wearing this beautiful sweater, and the woman had on all this silk. It was clear, just from the way they looked, that these 6 people were not from this area. They were from somewhere else, and they had a ton of money. Now, Shanti was inside the house, and she was watching this group arrive, but she did not go outside to greet them. She, her husband, and all of her kids, minus T2, had decided the night before, when they knew these visitors were going to arrive, that they wouldn't go out and talk to them. Instead, they would just allow T2 to basically make first contact with these people and see what happens. So when Shanti saw this group of 6 very well-off people were standing right outside of their gate, kind of waiting to be let in, she called for T2 and said, "Hey, go outside and open the gate for our guests." And so T2, who was not throwing a fit at this point, he came running through the house and he went to the door. He's not looked outside yet. He opens up the door and he runs outside and he sees these 6 people on the other side of the gate. And suddenly Shanti heard T2 make a sound that he never made. It was like the sound of pure joy. He was so elated to see these 6 people.
Real
Shanti
photo of
couldn't
Tito with
believe
his
it.
with
For a
this group
second,
of people.
Shanti closed her eyes and almost started crying because she knew, even before T2 had made that joyous sound when he saw these people, they were about to solve the mystery of what was going on with her son.
Right.
Just then, Shanti heard T2 from outside yelling for Shanti and the rest of his family to come outside and meet his other family.
What?
Shanti went to the door and gestured for the guests to come inside, and then she led them through the house to the back deck. And
Other
then after they
family?
were all seated, Shanti looked over at her son, T2, and she saw he had this huge grin on his face. He was so happy, and he was staring intently at the woman who got out of the car, who was in her 30s and wearing the beautiful red sari, and she was sitting
Good
right
photo of
across
the
the
woman.
table from T2, and T2 is just locked on her. Now, at this point, nobody is speaking. Everybody is just sitting there. No introductions have been made, so nobody even knows each other's names. And in this kind of tense and awkward silence, T2, who again is just staring at this woman in red, he eventually breaks the silence, the 3-year-old child, and he asks the woman in red to come sit next to him. And so the woman in the red sari, she does what he asks and moves over and sits next to the toddler. And then T2 looked up at her and he smiled and he said, "Do you know who I am?" And the woman, she's looking down at him and she said, "No, I don't." And T2 would look back up at her and he would say, "I know who you are. You're Uma." And at this, the woman in red, whose name really was Uma, she gasped. She had no idea how this kid knew who she was. But before she could even say anything, T2 continued. And he said to her, "Hey, do you remember when we went to the fair with Ranu and Sanu and I bought you those sweets?" And at this, the woman in the red sari, Uma, she had this new look come over her face. Instead of looking like she was just kind of shocked and appalled that this random kid knew who she was, now it was like a look of shocked recognition as she's looking down at T2, like she suddenly understood what was actually going on. And at the same time, T2's mother, Shanti, was watching this happen, and she was kind of piecing together what was really going on here, and suddenly she realized she needed to check something. And she got up and she ran out of the room and she came back with scissors. And without saying anything, Shanti went straight to T2, she pushed his head to the side, exposing his right ear, and she used those scissors and began cutting all the hair off his head that was kind of drooped over his right ear, kind of exposing the right side of his skull. And as the hair on T2's head fell to the ground, exposing more and more of the right side of his head, all the adults watching just gasped. And the whole time, T2 was just smiling. To understand what just happened out on that back porch between these random people and Shanti and her family,
What
we need some
the
context.
hell?
So here's what happened when Shanti's oldest son was sent to Agra to go investigate and look for clues that could explain what was going on with T2. The brother and his friend had driven all around Agra, looking for radio stores and looking for things that might in some way kind of connect to T2, and they didn't see anything. But at some point, they drove past one of the many radio stores in Agra, and the name of this radio store immediately stood out to the brother and this friend. So the older brother and the friend, they parked
Irish
their car
radio.
and they went into this particular radio shop, and inside of there is where they met Uma, the woman who had the red sari on, who was in her 30s, that T2 said we went to the fair together with, that woman. So she's inside this radio shop, and when the older brother asked Uma how this radio shop got its name, that was when things began to fall into place for this older brother about what was going on with T2. Uma would tell the older brother that this radio shop actually belonged to her husband, except 3.5 years ago, he was murdered. He was shot and killed.
See?
And so she had been running the shop ever
He's
since.
been reincarnated
And Uma
with
said she had considered
someone else's
changing the
body.
name of the shop, since taking it over, but she just couldn't bring
What
herself
the
to
hell?
change it.
The
because
reincarnation
shop's
is
name was actually
Suresh
based on her
Radios.
husband's name. The name of the shop was
Suresh.
Suresh Radio Shop. Her husband's name was Suresh Verma. The two words
Suresh
that T2
Verma.
would say all the time at the end
Oh,
of
guys.
his tantrums. Suresh Verma. Suresh
Reincarnation
Verma.
is
That
real.
was Uma's husband. And it would turn out the
This
details
is
of
facts.
Suresh's death matched up in a very bizarre way with T2's birth. And all
Wow.
of T2's totally erratic, strange,
Wow.
terrible behavior throughout really his entire life to this point now
Right.
suddenly made sense if you knew about Suresh's life. Many people, including professors from major universities in India and America, have come to believe that what happened with T2 was when Suresh was murdered, his spirit somehow came out of his body and entered T2's body. Basically, Suresh was reincarnated
yes.
in T2. This
Yes.
reincarnation theory would explain why T2 was always saying Suresh Verma, because in theory that was his real name. That's
Right.
the guy who died, who then his spirit transitioned to T2, so he's saying his name over and over again. And then also T2's obsession with Agra would make sense, because that's where Suresh's radio shop was, and where he
Wow.
lived. Also, the reincarnation theory would explain why T2 was so critical of Shanti and the rest of his family's lifestyle, basically accusing them of being poor,
Right.
and kind of living below his station. Well,
Naalala pa niya
Suresh's
lahat.
family was
Past
very,
life
very
niya.
wealthy, and so that was the lifestyle Suresh had lived. And so if his spirit was now in T2's body, he might be at odds with their lifestyle. And lastly, the reincarnation theory would explain the two very unique and very pronounced birthmarks that T2 had right next to
bullet
his right
wounds?
ear. He had one right above his right ear and right below it. Now, these were birthmarks that Shanti was well aware of, but after she learned about how Suresh Verma was killed, he was shot in the side of his head, and the bullet went in above his right ear and then came out on the bottom part of his right ear, right here. When she heard that, she ran and got the scissors. She cut the hair away around T2's ear, revealing the two
Wow.
birthmarks. And then the other families saw those birthmarks, and they're like, oh my goodness, that is literally where the entry and exit wounds were on Suresh. And then also, it's worth pointing out that on the day Suresh was shot and killed, well, basically that day was when T2's mother, Shanti, began feeling really sick during her pregnancy with T2, and she
Wow.
had to be hospitalized. After this discovery about T2 and
What
Suresh
the
Verma,
hell?
Shanti and her husband and the rest of her family expected T2 to want to live with Uma and his other family. And at
Right.
first, that is what T2 wanted to do, but pretty quickly he actually decided that, you know what, I want to stay put with the family I was born into, and we can just visit with the other family. And so that's
Right.
what they did. Uma and the other wealthy family, they made visits all the time to see T2 and vice versa. The families got along great. And as for T2, he was really happy. His bad behavior basically went away, and he became a normal, high-functioning kid. And T2 has grown up and become a very happy and successful adult. He's got a family of his own, and he's currently a professor at a college in India.
Sana may comparison yung si Suresh Verma tsaka si Tito.
In the very early
comparison
morning
kung
hours
gaano
of
sila
December
kaano.
26th, 1980, Airman Steve Longaro was on a foot
Magkamukha.
patrol at the Royal Air Force Base near Rendlesham Forest in the UK. And as Longaro walked along, suddenly this alarm sounded across the base. And based on the sound of this alarm, Longaro knew this was not a drill. And so instinctively he turned and began sprinting towards his assigned firing position right along the perimeter of the base. And as Longaro ran towards his position, he looked around him and he saw hundreds of other soldiers doing the exact same thing. But once Longaro actually reached his firing position and looked out, looking for the threat that's coming into the base, he realized he didn't see anything. But then when he turned to look at his colleagues to ask them, what's going on here, he noticed everybody else was not even looking outside the base. They were kind of looking off to the side towards Rendlesham Forest, because there was something out there kind of hovering in the trees that was casting this very eerie red light over everything. And this was just the beginning of what would go on to be one of the most credible and unsettling paranormal events in history. If you want to hear this absolutely crazy story, then you need to check out one of our newest podcasts out of Ballin Studios. It's called
Nice.
the Bedtime Stories Podcast, and they're the ones that covered this story, and the name of this episode is the Rendlesham Forest Incident, and they just published it a couple of days ago.
Alright,
So
guys.
look up the
So yeah, reincarnation is real. Reincarnation is real. It's I don't know. It's a rare phenomenon, I think. Okay, let's train. Let's Apex Legends. Let's play Apex. Shooting range muna tayo. Wait, may update ang Counter-Strike and Palworld. 65 MB ang update. Starfield Ship Graveyard Simulator 2. Wizard with a gun. Firing range. Okay naman yung ping? 52? 52... Ping is looking good so far. Sana stable yung server ngayon. Unlike nung nakarang araw, sobrang high ping. Kahapon high ping. 300. Na 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 na. Cultured my pure. Oh my goodness. My aim. Na 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 na. Alright, let's game. Let's game. Na 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 na. Over again. Trios, duos. Duos. Let's try duos. Audio. Adeo. Audio. Audio. Ito lang mag-isa? Okay. Three epic skills, 4,457. All. That is my entire kill since season 8 siguro. I don't know. Probably season 8. Gonna land states. Para may mauna sa akin ah. Or, pwede dito. Puntahan ko to dito. States. God damn it. Ah! It's time to shake off the rust. We have to practice our aim. Yun lang. My aim is garbage. It's been a while. Tagal na ako hindi nakapaglaro ng Apex Legends. So, ang motivation ko ngayon is to play unranked as much as I can. Tapos, hopefully, hindi tataas yung ping. Unlike yesterday na almost 200, 300 ping. So, yun yung magpaparank down sa akin. Yun yung magpaparank down. To be honest, yung ping. Inconsistent yung ping ng ano. Singapore, Hong Kong ping. It's really unreliable. It's really inconsistent. So, ewan ko kung anong ewan ko kung anong resolution, kung paano to isolve tong problema na to. Kasi malakas yung internet ko. 400 Mbps upload and download, but then the ping is 300. Sometimes it's 60, 70, 50, and then next few games, mag-spike siya ng 200, 300 ping. So, good luck. Good luck sa rank. So for now, it's 52 yung ping. This is my second game. Probably next game, 100 plus, siguro. I don't know. We'll just have to practice our aim and hope for the best ping. Ping ko ngayon, server ko ngayon is Singapore GCU 1. Hong Kong, hindi masyado maganda yung ping sa our server sa Hong Kong. Na 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 just loot and then reset and then look for squads to eliminate. We can rotate sa... Where we at? Parang dito sila. Wait. Turbine. Dito. Ewan ko lang kung andyan pa sila. Pero 100% sure merong SWAT dyan kanina. Or duo dyan kanina. You wanna scan? Wanna scan? They're gone, bro. They are gone. Not a single hit. Time to move out. Okay, backstab pa tayo dito. Na 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 na. Kraber? Wanna fuck with Kraber? Ah, shit. Kunin mo yan. Either kunin mo tapos itapon mo sa ano, dito sa edge. Para walang makagamit. Dispose mo. Careful sa rat. There's a lot of rat. 6 squads left. Parang... Yeah. Parang may... tao sa labas. Pwede natin to i-gatekeep. Kung dito sila dadaan. Pasok na yan, papasak na yan dito. Bloodhound, ikaw yung mauna. At least nakita mo yung footsteps nila. Natatrack mo yung footsteps. I'll go first. Bloodhound.
Okay.
You can track their footsteps, right? So you can go first.
Okay.
Scan Bloodhound. Good. Very good. Solo. Where is it? Dito? We have a solo. And then... dito sa Arcadia. Let's push a little bit to Arcadia. There's a solo in Arcadia. Let's go to Arcadia. Go, go. Fucking hell. I don't think the solo's still here, but just be careful.
Okay.
You might want to scan. Can you scan right here? I said scan. Scan, scan. Fucking hell. Fucking hell! God damn it! My aim! Fuck is wrong with my aim? Shitty ass aim. Come here, come here, come here. Come here, inside. Let's push here. Fucking hell, man. Come here, come here.
Okay.
Use your ult. Scan. Can you scan? Scan. It doesn't. No, scan. Good. Heal. Don't push. Come here. With me. Come here.
Okay.
Scan. Fucking hell, man. Oh. Fuck! Scan! My god, he doesn't know how to scan. He doesn't know how to use Bloodhound. The fuck? Is it language barrier or hindi talaga marunong gumamit ng Bloodhound? I don't know. Ilang beses ko siyang sinabihin mag-scan. Wala. Either language barrier or I don't know. Baka hindi siguro marunong gumamit ng Bloodhound. Okay, moving on. Moving forward. For sure, nice music. Yes, it's called Clayton album. The album is called Clayton on Spotify. War Daddy, hello, what's up? Glendoy, great music. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. dive in. Laban lang ng laban mga chong. We have to keep fighting to improve our aim. You know? Once we get a feel that our aim is okay or improving, and we have to play for the win. Where they at? I feel like I want to go for a chase, for a run. Alright. Fucking hell. He won. Dinamage niya ako sa grenade. Nice. Nice play. Vince Valientes, thank you so much for the heart. What's up, mate? Let's play! Let's play, mate! Hop in! Hop in! Please like, share, subscribe, follow on my YouTube channel, Facebook, Twitch, and Kick. I am live in 4 platforms: Kick, Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. So, please support my page and channel. Thank you so much, guys. Let's go, Vince. Let's go, mate. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained on my dumb assery? War Daddy. Nagbabasa ako ng chat sa Twitch. So, I apologize. If you get confused, I apologize. Walang chat sa Facebook. Pero may chat sa Twitch. Yeah, for sure. Here we go. Here I am. I wanna go to war. I don't want to practice my hiding skills. I want to go to war. Then let's go to war. Let's get it. Let's get it. What are you looking at, huh? Why are you running? Why are you running? Fuck! Bots yung kasama ko. Bots. AI. Is punching the wall. My teammate is punching a wall. Yun yung kasama ko. AI. This is the shittest game. AI. Wala to noon eh. Nung pumasok yung season 20, kaya nagkaganito. May mga AI na ako mga ka-teammate. Which is fucking unreliable. Nilagyan nila ng AI para marami kang kills and you feel good on yourself na marami kang kills. Is that great? Isn't that great? Nilagyan nila ng AI para, alam mo yun, may mga kills ka and you feel good, marami kang kills, marami kang damages, but then, the flip side, kung ang teammate mo is AI or bots, just leave the game. Or, try trying. Oh my god, this game is amazingly cheesy, awkward, and fantastic. The same goddamn time. Asan na yung isang teammate ko? Hi. My teammate is a bot again. Nice skin. The only guaranteed na makukuha ko is Botchick and then some awkward skin. Let's hot drop, shall we? Let's try to hot drop. Hopefully hindi to bots yung teammate ko. Fucking hell. What a trade. Okay. What about the event? Event 3,500 damage. Get a top 10. Finish 4 times. Collect 3 hunts. Completed 1 hunt. Then I get a Botchick bow. Awesome. Vantage skin. Hindi na. Akala ko reloaded yung energy rifle ko. Putang ina. Na-cancel ko pa pala yung reload nun. Ah. Na 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 na. I'm all alone. Alone and single. I'm gonna keep this. Dito na ako galing kanina. It is now being looted. Kak. Clear your mind, empty your heart. This game is bullshit. Hopefully hindi to bots or bot. Hopefully. God damn it. Anyways. Hindi ko pa siya na-stuck. Together we made it. And even though we are forgettable. I'm holding on to what I haven't got. Ah shit, bots na naman. I know I haven't played this game that much, pero alam kong bots to. See? What the hell? AI? Goodness. Fucking hell! Hindi ko na siya ma-one clip. Fuck! Whoa, yeah. Hindi pa masyado, Lods. Pinapractice ko pa yung aim ko. Pinapractice ko pa yung aim ko, Lods, kasi yun nga, hindi pa ako napaglaro masyado na ano. This past few weeks, hindi ako consistent sa Apex kasi nga, yun nga, yung ping. Ako lang ba may problema sa ping or tayo lahat sa ano? Sa Philippines or sa server lang siguro to, 'di ba? Like kami na mga kaibigan ko, yun ang naging problema namin. Kaya kami hindi nakapag-rank up. Hindi makapag-rank up. Kasi yung ping. So confirm na may bots talaga sa unrank. Confirm talaga yun, Lods. Kawawa lang mga bots sa'yo dyan sa normal BR. Mag-rank ka, Lods, malakas ka na maglaro. Yun nga, sinasanay ko pa yung aim ko. Just getting used to it. So confirm talaga naman, nilagyan nila ng bots yung unrank, yung BR. What? Okay. Asan yung pala ko? Asan yung pala ko? And then nag-register yung pala ko. Putang ina. Putang ina talaga. Asan yung pala ko? Fuck. Oh my god. Shit. Nag-i-stream ka ba, BJ Dakoskos? Nag-i-stream ka ba or just watching stream in Twitch? These guys are what? Players or bots? Parang gusto kong i-push yung nasa ano. Nice! What the hell? Hindi umubra ko yun kagad yung jump pad ko, putang ina. Oh my god. Wala load, nanonood lang ako sa mga naglalaro ng Apex. Good. Thank you. Thank you so much for hopping in. Salamat BJ. Match quality survey. Did you enjoy the match you just played? Fucking no. Salamat nga pala BJ sa pag-drop by. Ewan ko kung hindi ko ma-open yung natanggap mo ba yung Discord invite ko? Let me see. Discord. Installing update. Hindi ko na-check yung Discord ko. Magkakreate pa ako ng Discord channel for mga sa community. Oh yeah, pending. Dito. Isabella 112267. Ano to? Ano ba to? So magka-create pa ako ng server for gaming and also for community. Can I paste my Discord channel? Tinan ko kung obra ba to. Hindi pa ako marunong sa Discord. Okay, good. Alright. There you go. Discord. That's our Discord server for Apex Legends. Apex Legends player. Rank tayo minsan, BJ, rank tayo minsan. Sali ka sa Discord tapos rank tayo minsan. Papabuhat ako sa'yo. Papabuhat ako sa'yo, BJ. Subukan ko yung rank. Welcome to the rank era. Rank leagues! Good luck! I don't care! Wala akong pakialam kung mag-rank up or mag-rank down ako. I just want some kills. Ang pinaka-highest na naabot ko sa rank sa Apex Legends is Diamond lang yung pinaka-highest rank na naabot ko. Then nag-rank, I think mga season 14 ata yun. Season 14, yeah. Naalala ko before, season 14, nag-rank kami ng mga kaibigan ko. Yung kalaban namin, dalawa. Yung lobby and then yung ping. Sobrang lakas ng connection namin. Kaso nga lang yung ping is 120, 200, 300. So magrarat kami. Wala kaming ibang options. Ngayon, kahit magrat ka, konti lang yung RP. RP ba yun or XP? RP yung makukuha mo. Unlike before na at least pagpasok ka sa top 10 or pasok ka sa top 5, kahit may RP kang makukuha, at least kahit mga like 30 to 20 RP yung makukuha mo, at least meron. So, ewan ko lang ngayon. Hindi na ako ito pa lang yung first rank games ko. So, I don't care. I don't care. Either rank up or rank down, we'll see. Asan yung isang kasama ko? Bakit dalawa lang kami? Atapang tao. Humiwalay! Orbital cannon to. Huwag mo sabihin may bots pa rin sa rank. Like, shit, Bloodhound pala yung nakuha ko. Ito naman yung main ko noon, so might as well give it a shot. Tapos mag-invite ka rin, BJ, mag-invite ka ng mga kasama natin para marami tayo. Like, let's create a community. Let's create a community. Apex Legends community. Philippine Apex Legends community. Sana, i-rename ko pala yan. Yung server na yan. Apex Legends Philippine community. then, balang araw, magpapatournament ako. Apex Legends. Konti lang, mga 5k, ganun. Ano lang. For the sake of gameplay, having fun. 5k first prize. Second place, third K, 3k. Third place, 2k. Yan. And then, gagawan ko ng structure yan. Kung paano yung mga qualification. I'm with you. Dito sa may elevated na lugar. Papuntang dito nga. Di ba ito? Or sa kanan? Siguro. Kaliwa pala. Kaliwa o kanan? Ayun, sa baba. Hit it. See that? Pumasok sa loob. Fucking hell. Nice. Good job. Good job. Armor swap. Good job. Kalimutan ko, Bloodhound pala ako. Hindi ko kagad na-scan yung kanina. Nasa... dito? Fuck! Sobrang layo mo. Oh, fucking hell. Yung isa, sobrang layo. Ewan ko kung anong pinagagawa na ito. Putang ina. Parang robot na. Bots ba to or player? What the fuck, dude? Kunin mo na. Tapos, sibat ka na dyan. Doon ka sa taas. Huwag mo na makisali dyan. Huwag ka lang mag-isa. Buti pala Octane yung pinili ko. Medyo uncomfortable ako kay Bloodhound ngayon. Tagal ko na hindi nagamit si Bloodhound. Ito yung main ko noon. Ito yung Bloodhound main talaga ako noon. Tapos since aggressive yung playstyle ko, ginawa ko, pinalitan ko, ginamit ko si Octane. So pinanaktis ko si Octane hanggang sa kampante na ako kung paano gamitin si Octane. So yun. Si Octane yung palaging ginagamit ko this past few months or more than a year na siguro. Ewan lang. Wait. So nadadala pala yung loot pag na-revive? Okay. Akala ko maglo-loot na naman kami. Nakalimutan ko. Binago pala nila. Right. Nice. Kaso nga lang, yung backpack, yung ibang attachments, wala. So, yung baril mo, tapos may konting bala, without any attachments, yung backpack mo is wanna try a different approach? May naglan? Sige lang, sige lang, sige lang. Tago lang muna ako dito. Iba backstab ko to. Kung ipupush yung ano, kasama ko, push yung teammate ko, ako yung magbabackstab sa kanila. Ano meron? Arc Star, dalawang thermite. Asan ba siya banda? Disconnected yung isa? Gagi. Sobrang layo ninyo. Disconnected pa yung isang kasama ko. What's ba to? Or hello? I-holster mo kaya para patay ka. I-holster mo, chong. Bots ata to. Okay. Either bots or awan. At least my RP. All good. 1.4. Ah. That's 143. Heirloom? Heirloom? Heirloom, please. Please, heirloom. I want Octane. Sweet Caroline. May narinig ako dito kanina. May nagla-lurk ba or guni-guni ko lang yun? Dito sila nag-revive? Dito ba? Or... dito sa loob? Uli ka na. Fuck. Fuck, dalawa pala sila. Kala ko. Ay. GG's. Wow. Dito talaga sila. Lahat. Okay. Fine. Fucking hell. Isa lang yan, oh. Nice.